The struggle towards independence in Sri Lanka was a peaceful political movement which aimed at achieving independence and self-rule for the country then called Ceylon from the British Empire.
Let's take a look back at history as we mark 68 years of independence from colonial rule.
By 1500, the Portuguese had begun their penetration of the Indian Ocean. In 1505, a Portuguese fleet commanded by Lourenço de Almeida was blown into Colombo by adverse winds, and this was final moments of sovereign Ceylon. By 1517, the entire coastal belt of Ceylon was under the rule of the Portuguese. The Portuguese maintained their superiority for over a century until September 1655. They were challenged by the invading Dutch forces led by Gerard Half. The Dutch colonial era, which commenced then, only ended in 1796 when the English invaded the country seeking to establish their power in the region. They did so by paying high wages to the Regiment de Meuron, a group of mercenaries who were serving in the Dutch forts. The English first took over control of the coastal belt. Ensuring their dominance over the rest of the island was not an easy task. In order to establish their kingship over all of Lanka, the British needed to acquire the sacred tooth relic and had to defeat the kingdom in the central hills. However, with great cunning, the English sought to divide and conquer, preying on existing differences between the Nayaka dynasty of kings and the nobility. Securing the support of the Sabargamo Disave and Mahadikaram, Ahaleapula Nilame, whose family had been brutally executed by the king, the British were able to solidify and hold on power, which led to the signing of the Treaty of 1815, which ceded power to them. The initial victory was short-lived, and failure to address the concerns of the people led to the 1818 rebellion. In 1848, a second rebellion was launched in Mathale under the leadership of Gongale Godabanda and Veerapura Nappu, but this too was defeated. The National Council, established in 1917, and the temperance movement of Anagarika Dharmapala became the new faces of a political struggle to gain independence non-violently. The freedom that was lost 200 years ago in 1815 was finally won back on the 4th of February 1948 with the unity of all communities. How was the first Independence Day celebrated? Veteran artist Edwin Aridasa witnessed it with his own eyes.
I have an added happiness to the feeling of enjoying independence for 68 years. I had the opportunity and the fortune to witness it at the point it was achieved. We were at the Colombo University at the time, the only university in the country during that period. We went to the new hall the Independence Day celebrations were held in. We saw it from far away. We saw the English flag or the Union Jack going down the mast and the Sri Lankan flag being raised. We saw the symbol of the empire, the great Union Jack, going down. This was a marvelous sight. The Duke of Gloucester was there representing the royal family. There was excitement as we saw the flag being raised. We saw from far away a group of white VIPs inside the Independence Square and a group of Sri Lankan public representatives headed by D.S. Senanayake attending the event. I did not think that I will have the opportunity to recall the incident we saw on that day from far away after 68 years in this manner. Even at today's celebrations, we were able to relive the experience we were able to enjoy on that day when it all began.